Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Do More Talk Less, episode 18. I'm here today with Marissa Vanormer. A great friend of mine who I went on a service trip to Sumter, South Carolina with this past spring break. Very grateful and happy that she's here. She's here representing the Women's Center and a lot of other organizations at BC that we'll get into. But Marissa, thank you for being here. You can introduce yourself as well.
Thanks for having me. This is so nice.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, tell us a little bit, maybe where you're from, your grade, major, and I like to ask guests what brought them to BC as well.
Yeah. So my name's Marissa Vanormer. I am a junior. I study applied psychology and theology, but then I actually just got into the School of Social Work, so I just started taking master's classes, which has been a lot, but it's been really good. And then what brought me to BC was actually they just gave me like the most financial aid, transparently, but I really am grateful for like just happening to land here. I'm really grateful. I love BC. It's a great place to like learn and grow, and happy to be here.
Now I'm just like you though, because when I was deciding between BC, I was like rank chasing was one, and
rank chasing is real,
and money was two, and then BC was top of both of those. So yeah, same reason. So thanks for being here. And first question I want to ask you is, we're both from Connecticut, you and I.
Yes, we are.
And let's kind of get into some Connecticut talk, because people have a lot of misconceptions about what Connecticut is.
This is true.
Like highway between Boston and New York. Like I hear it all the time. All we have is pizza, whatever. Like, how would you describe the area that you're from, and how coming from Connecticut shaped the person you are today?
Yeah. I think coming to BC and hearing all like the rhetoric, like the highway, whatever. Yeah. It's made me love Connecticut so much more. So I grew up in Torrington, Connecticut, which is like a little more city-y. I was there for elementary school and part of middle school, and then I moved to Thomaston, Connecticut, where I live now, and like that's what I'd call my home. But it is like a really tiny town in the northwest corner. It's the boons. Like I could drive around. I see farms. I went to the smallest public school in Connecticut. I love it. It really does feel like New England. That's another thing. I get mad when people say, "Oh, Connecticut's not New England." Yes, it is. Calm down. Oh, I know somebody. Don't get me started. I'm passionate about this. Yeah, it makes me mad. But I love Connecticut. I feel like coming from a small town, it gave me a really good sense of community, like very early on, and also like kind of being part of New England, but not being like super up like the boons.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I was gonna say, because Connecticut's a very small state, but there's a lot of different, like every area is so different.
Yes,
because I'm from New Haven area. Hamden is the town I live in, and there's no farms. It's not very rural at all. It's not the boons at all. It's more like Hamden's like suburb, and then New Haven's kind of the city. And then I don't know, Yale is right there, and that's kind of like New Haven. New Haven has a lot of different parts to it, as you know. Yeah. If you're from Connecticut, you'd understand.
Have you ever been to Arethusa Farm Dairy in New Haven?
No. No.
It's really good ice cream. My dad and I worked there. Well, my dad works there forever. It's like I worked there in the warehouse last summer. There's one in Litchfield, which is like close where I'm from, and one in New Haven by Yale. I'll have to try it out. It's so good.
The New Haven food is so gas though too. Haven hot chicken, so good. You get it. Like the thing is, like Connecticut, or it's not Connecticut, but New Haven has like the Yale part, which is gated community kind of thing, city/campus thing. And then outside of it, it's like, kind of a more inner city kind of vibe. Not as great. But like, honestly, where I live in Hamden kind of borders New Haven. And there's like two sides of Hamden as well. Like that side of Hamden is like not as nice as the other side. That's closer to like Cheshire. And like Woodbridge and all them. But I don't know. That even that alone, that just kind of paints the picture of what Connecticut's like. And farmland, like I've never seen farm or any type of, Guilford's like closest thing to a farm near me, which is like 30 minutes away. And then I think Torrington's maybe like an hour, maybe.
Yeah.
But
it's a hike from there.
It's so different,
Yeah.
That's cool though. That's awesome. So how do you think growing up in Torrington, the lifestyle you lived, you said smallest public school in the state, how has that shaped you to who you are today?
Yeah. So Torrington is a little more city-y where I grew up, and we just lived in like in more of like the inner city part of Torrington. It's like very small. It's like barely considered a city. But, we just grew up in like a lot of like the affordable housing complex that they have there. So like, but then moving to Thomaston, where it's like literally like the boons, I really like. I guess anytime you move, like as a child, it's a big difference. But I think having like the same community throughout has been nice. Moving with my family and still like holding friends from when I was very young and growing up, I feel like that was really special. And then growing up in like the boons, I love like some of my favorite moments have been like using my dad's pickup truck and driving just like alongside this hill, and a bunch of kids in my town always go and we watch the sunset and have picnics and stuff. And it's just like, it's so high school to me. Like it feels very nostalgic just thinking about it. But I love Boston. I love the city. I stayed here over the summer.
Yeah.
But I still kind of like crave that like give me a dirt road.
Yeah.
Let me see a cow, please.
I see.
But yeah.
Yeah, me at Hamden, because I didn't go to like the Hamden public schools. I went to St. Rita like K through 8, which was a Catholic K through 8. Then Notre Dame was another school outside of, it was in West Haven, Connecticut. But I'd say, how do I describe it? Because most of my friends were in school, but then I played like Hamden, like sports, travel sports in Hamden, and that kind of gave me some friends that live near me or closer to me in proximity. Once I got to high school, my best friends were actually from Hamden. They went to like the Hamden public schools their whole life until high school. Yeah, that was really when I started feeling immersed as a Hamden resident, you know, hanging out with them and their friends from Hamden High as well. Like, it's a great place, and I love it, honestly. It's one of those, Connecticut's very small, but Hamden's one of the bigger towns, and having like friends that, you know, knew the kids at Hamden High gave me some Hamden High friends that, you know, I'd hang out with as well. And that school is like, I think there's over 1,000 kids at. There's over 1,000 kids at, but I don't know. I felt a part of something. I went to their graduation and went to their games sometimes. Sweet. I don't know. I don't have too much to say just because my schooling and where I lived wasn't the same. I didn't have that, like, my small community was like my school community, and then we kept going to like high school, and now we're in different places in college. Yeah, I didn't really connect with Hamden until like high school. Really, I just lived there. You know, went to school, and then the next question I wanted to ask you. Actually, back to talking about Connecticut. I want to talk about the food. What do you think is your favorite place to eat in Connecticut?
Oh, that's such a good question. There's this restaurant in my hometown that I really like. It's called Rosie's, and actually, it's actually funny. I had an elementary school or middle school teacher who was Mrs. Rosie, no relation. But it's just like this little diner, very sweet. It has like I don't know why I keep talking about cows. There aren't really like, they're not everywhere, but there's like a big like statue of a cow on the roof, and just like has a very homey vibe. I love like a diner moment, but also like some promotion for New Haven pizza, like
some motion, yeah.
Like it's phenomenal.
It's an hour away, but I'm a diner guy.
Really, you'll have to come.
Breakfast food is my favorite food.
Best breakfast food, Rosie's restaurant.
I'll go. I'll do it. I'll drive for some good breakfast food, cause yeah. But New Haven pizza, what's your favorite one? It's far from you. How often do you go?
I've been like 3 times, transparently, but it's really good. I can't remember. There's this one, like, I had this like Italian name I couldn't pronounce. I'll try to think of it. I trust you.
I think as well. I tried that one once. That one's really good.
It was pretty good.
Nice. All right. And moving on from, you know, where we
our home and native
from,
land.
You know, shout out CT again.
Shout out CT.
Are you 475 or 203?
860.
Oh, that's like.
Yeah.
Is that the third one? I thought wait. I've heard of 860. I definitely
Legend of 860.
But how does that work? Is that regional, or is that just like the new whole Connecticut?
I think it's regional.
Okay.
I'm not sure actually.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw it. Like UConn has like a billboard that says "Proud of the 860" or something.
No way.
Or proud of like the 20. I don't know.
Because it was 203 was like notorious until new numbers got 475. Now like 203 is you've had to have gotten your number a long time ago.
Back in my day.
You know, like if you get a new number that is coming back 475, but 860 makes sense.
860.
Next thing I want to ask you is that we went on a very cool trip together.
Yes, we did.
Last spring to Sumter, South Carolina. It was so great that we both decided to do it again next year, which we're both leaders for APA now.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited as well. But my question is, you know, how has service and giving back like played a role into who you want to become? Actually, remind me and also tell the listeners what your career goals are. You know, what job, what field you want to work in.
Yeah. So I wanted to, ever since I was very young, I wanted to be a social worker, and it's like, I think that innately is like very like others focused. But like growing, like I wasn't really sure how I wanted to be a social worker, like what area, because there's so many different ways you can, like school social work, and a bajillion others, like mental health counseling, things like that. But this past, like starting freshman year, I started volunteering at MCI Framingham, which is like a medium security women's prison in Framingham, and that really like aligned my heart to like wanting to work in the carceral system. But then this past summer, I also worked at Rosie's place. I mentioned it earlier, but it's a day and overnight shelter for poor and homeless women in the South End in Boston. Like right on, if you know, like Avenue is like nicknamed Methadone Mile because it was like the center of the opioid epidemic in New England. So just a lot of drug use, like insane poverty. But so like working there and being able to interact with women of poor and homeless women, but also like with women that are suffering with addiction and like a lot of mental health struggles has also like kind of turned my heart in that direction. But then on the other hand, I'm also like a theology major and my faith is really important to me, and I've been really interested in like doing chaplaincy maybe in like a prison. That's like maybe like a older person goal, but I think a chaplain would be also a dream. But definitely social work in any capacity. Gotcha. I'm rocking my Boston College School of Social Work sweatshirt right now.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah,
that's amazing. That's really cool. Yeah. So service. How has that played a role in how, I guess, not how to be a social worker, because in and of itself it's a service, but you know, how do you intertwine the two, like giving back to others and having the career you want to have?
Yeah. That's a good question. Like social workers, like I'm blessed. I have always wanted to know. I wanted to be a social worker because I feel like a lot of folks, at least I've talked to, like some of my friends in CSOM, were like that are more in like businessy, you know, majors, or that aren't as human. They're like, well, how am I gonna like intertwine my future with still like serving others?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't have that problem because you know my future is going to be serving others. But I think because I've been served so well, like when I've like been in need or when I've struggled, like, it really has inspired me to also like turn that right around and give that back. Like it kind of reminds me of like for me at least, for being an APA leader, it's like I've had such great APA leaders, like always, and so like I want to be an APA leader so I can be that for underclassmen and for, I guess not even underclassmen, for all APA goers. I think it's kind of like that same mindset of like wanting to be the person that was there for me. You know?
I see. That's really good. That's really cool. So you want to kind of use your, because that kind of connects to like why I do this podcasting thing. You want to kind of use your experience or service that's been given to you and give it back more to others because you know someone else is like either same experience or same boat as you.
Exactly.
Because like with me, like mental health and I guess motivation and the concept of this podcast is something that I think I could have used at an earlier time, and now that I've kind of made it through the more difficult times and have found things in my life that have been positive and impacted me greatly, I just want to share it to other people. And I think everyone has a story to that can connect with someone. So that's like similar to what I do with this.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Think about. So for you, do you think that going on service trips and I guess serving your community, local community, it will make you a better social worker in the future? Do you think? And how so?
I think in some ways, for sure. Like thinking of like service that is like very like, I feel like you have to have the right mindset doing it. Like you can't be the kind of person that's like, oh, like from my high horse I'm like giving you my time, like from that sort of like power differential. And I think that definitely has translated to like what kind of social worker I want to be. It's not one that's like, oh, here's me and my degree, so I'm helping these like unfortunate people. Like no, that's not it. It's like you're a person in every capacity, whether you're a child or grown or rich or poor, mentally healthy or needing help. So I think like coming at it more from like I always do this like with my hands, y'all can't see this, but like at the same level compared to like a hand down or even a hand up, you know, because there isn't that imbalance in reality.
Oh, that's really cool. So meeting, like the idea of meeting people where they are.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big APA.
Very APA. It's like, do you remember that article we read?
Pre-trip.
Like the helping versus serving one. You remember that?
Yes.
That's like, that is always in my brain.
Yes. Wait, let's talk about that. Because I also need a refresher. It's been a while. But wasn't it that helping is like the thing you described first? I'm giving you my time. Like, this is a burden on me to help you, to release your burden. Versus like serving is we're both helping each other. Like I'm serving you, but you're also serving me by, I guess, needing the service. Like you're giving me this I guess opportunity, or I want to do this out of like love, not out of like.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly like I remember on APA like
I think with my words. Like I was literally, that was live too. Yes.
I feel more changed by the service than like I love Habitat, love APA, love like all that stuff, like, and we definitely did some good work, right?
Yeah.
But like in reality, like compared to like the way I feel like even meeting the families that were getting the houses we were working on, that's what's most impactful, at least for me, like taking away from that, you know, being like, oh, they're like such people who have worked, like, because they all their sweat equity and stuff, like, who are also working really hard and also having families and also, like, being humans outside of, like, us going down there. It's awesome. Their Habitat's really cool.
I loved the experience just because I think that time, just being a junior and doing it was very, because I hadn't done it since I was a freshman. So it was really cool to have, I guess, some experience and also like I've grown as a person.
Yeah.
So I felt like I did more, just by having more, I guess, knowledge, and I can give like a helping hand to like you guys as well, not just the people we were there to serve.
Yeah.
I could also like serve within our group, which was, I think it was like what inspired me to be a leader as well.
Did it feel a lot different between your junior and freshman year?
Yeah, very different, because freshman year I was like scared. I was like, what am I doing? I don't even know. I think the night before I was like contemplating like if I should just like skip this bus trip.
Because you were on a bus.
Yeah, I was on a bus.
Brutal.
And like I'm like, I don't know these people. Like we're super awkward every time we have our small meetings leading up to the trip. I was kind of going on the trip for a few reasons. I wanted to do something good and positive. That's number one. But I also like was kind of in a place where I had a lack of like strong community at BC. I didn't really have like my people yet, or I was kind of still looking for that. So I thought, okay, this is like, two birds, one stone. I can do something I'm passionate about, and then also like maybe make some friends out of it. So I didn't think anything of it, like, what was, I didn't know what to expect. When I got there, I took it day by day, and every day just got so much better. Like first day that we were even on the bus, I became close with like my guy Reagan. You know Reagan? He's a senior as well. I met him on my freshman year APA trip, and we're still friends to this day.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So, like we just clicked immediately, and then each person every day just get closer. Like one conversation's all it takes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how APA is. Like, oh, we're painting a side of a house together, and we just start yapping for 2 hours, and now we're best friends. It's like that was really cool. So I had to like learn that, and then when going on the second time, I knew that was gonna happen. I guess this time the doubt was, should I be doing this right now? Like, should I be doing APA again, or should I spend my spring break like in Punta Cana or Florida, or or just go home? I kind of thought like, am I wasting my time? Because I know what to expect. I know what I'm gonna be doing. But then I was surprised again because it was so different than anything I could have expected, and I think, was it better? I don't know. Different, but it was just great. It was better than I could have imagined.
Yeah. And
I'm happy I did it because I don't know. It was kind of just something to do. Like, oh, I have nothing planned. Let me just do APA again. But it ended up being like very impactful for me. And like of course I made like Matt, one of the members on the trip. That's my guy, and JM and Andrew and everybody. Like still consider you guys like good friends of mine.
For sure. Yeah.
And then the third one as a leader again.
I know.
We don't know what's gonna happen. But that's my reasoning, or the difference between the two, and why I continue to do it.
Yeah.
Why I continue to do it. Yeah.
I'm glad you did.
Very glad we're both leaders. And then next thing I wanted to ask you was, moving away from service. Well, let's talk about the trip first. What we did. Let's talk about the trip. So we went to Sumter, South Carolina. We worked for Habitat for Humanity, and we helped build part of a foundation for a house. A part that they didn't dig yet, but we were preparing it for when they do dig, and they're gonna put it in the ground. And there's a lot of hammering, a lot of nailing. On the trip, it was a flight, right? Yeah, we took a flight from Boston to South Carolina. I think what time was it? It was like I want to say Charlotte. But
yes, yeah, I think it was Charlotte.
Okay. And we were led by Margot and Andrew.
Icons.
And it was a group of 8 of us, 10 of us.
Yeah,
10 of us with
like
the leaders.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what we did for 5 days in Sumter. And we met some really great, I guess Habitat. They work for Habitat for Humanity, but they were some great help in helping us, get settled to the area. Gave us a place to stay in a church.
Very nice place to stay.
Oh, very nice place to stay. It's one of the top APA destinations I've heard.
Oh, for sure. We got beds. I was on the floor my freshman year.
You were on the floor? Yeah, we did we had like air mattresses and slept in a church kind of basement or common area, and it was awesome. We had reflections every night.
Great reflections.
Showered at the YMCA after every work day. Even though the church did have a shower in it, which was like we were up. We were so up during that trip.
Half away.
We had a basketball court, full
fun.
court. Yeah, we played it all the time.
We played a lot of basketball.
We did. And we were on. Some of us were on a radio show. I was on a radio show.
Yeah.
For Good Morning Sumter or something like that. And we just kind of talked about where we're from, BC, and what we're doing. And yeah, it was a good time.
We had to work at the Restore one day, remember?
Restore.
That was fun.
For a day. The Habitat for Humanity Restore, where they like use, people's, not trash though, it's like kind of just things that people are giving away, like donate, and they sell it for like a cheap price, and we help like fix that up. So yeah, that's what we did. And my next question is it actually relates to basketball. You're a very good basketball player.
Thanks, John. I appreciate it.
I saw you on the court. You were killing it. And I was wondering how sports and like physical activity like play a role, and if it does play a role in who you want to become and what it's meant in your life.
Yeah. This is like such a great question, because I feel like I don't really get to talk about sport. Like, I don't want to seem like that washed up like college kid still talking about their high school sports.
No,
but it was like so my mom. Okay, context. My mom is one of 6, and she has 5 brothers. And my dad was a D1 football player for CCSU and Connecticut. Central Connecticut State University. And like growing up, I was always like, even though I was like a very, very nerdy, very shy, like I was always playing sports, like soccer, basketball, t-ball, all the everything I was playing. And it was really like good for my development, just like becoming more someone who is more social, like can work in a team, things like that. And especially when I moved, it was very special being able to like be in a place where people like already are like, working towards a common goal. And especially like for me, I have 4 little sisters, so like being in like community with other women is really special to me. So yeah, I played field hockey, basketball, and softball in high school and in middle school. It was so much fun. That's one of the beautiful things about like being in a small town, is like we didn't have tryouts, we didn't have nothing. Like even if you were like, I was a varsity starter, I still had to play JV. Like it was that kind of thing,
cool.
But yeah, I loved each sport for like different reasons. Like field hockey was newer for me. I picked up in middle school, but like basketball I played my whole life, softball I played my whole life. But it's just really special being able to always be like have something to do after school, and like being able to be mentored by upperclassmen and then be a mentor. It has a very special place in my heart. They've been an outlet for me. I'm sure you kind of understand with high school sports too. Like when it gets a little more competitive, it kind of can lose its fun sometimes. And for me, like that was basketball for me. Like my high school basketball experience, I like hated. Like we won a state championship, I still was just like not doing. It does not make me feel mentally happy or good or all that stuff. Right. But then coming to BC, I was like, well, I'm just never gonna do this ever again. Like,
really?
I hate it. Like, but then I like started playing pickup like late nights after I was working at the call center, making friends through that, and doing intramurals and making friends that shoot like random, like literally just pick up anywhere at upper courts.
Yeah, I'd be there a lot.
And that helped me like reclaim a sport that like kind of I had not like a good relationship with. But now it's like almost every weeknight I'm there with some of my closest friends, just playing pickup, but like get to hang out with some friends. Yeah. It's great. I feel like physical activity is a great way for me to de-stress.
That's a big part.
Yeah, for sure.
I was gonna say that going off of that, like for me, sports has been. It was everything to me when I was like, now I gotta get a degree and get a job and stuff. But it was like the same with you. I found that community, being on a team, working towards a goal, doing something that I guess is like in a way above yourself. Like you have to get better and improve. Like we practice to get better. We don't just pick up the basketball or the soccer ball and just play. Like we have to like work hard and improve. And that type of mindset and everything that is involved in sports, I love so much so that I want to go into sports medicine actually and help athletes heal from injuries.
That's beautiful.
But yeah, now it's kind of like my physical activities like in the gym and stuff. Like we're running, lifting weights and stuff. And that for me, that's I love how I can find a way of expressing that passion in my college time because there's a lot of stress that comes with it and a lot of hard work. But at the end of the day, I can always clear my mind and not have to think about anything and just work out or run or do something. I play intramurals as well.
But what intramurals do you do? Remind me.
I do soccer. I've played spike ball, but soccer's like the main one.
Spike ball is so fun. I want to do it so bad.
No, you should. It's tough though.
Some people are nasty at it. They like serve from like 5 feet back. Chill.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. Like me and my roommate from freshman year, we did it, and we were like so confident because we won our first 2 games. And we were like, oh, this is nice. And then playoffs, and it's like, oh wow. I think we were probably the worst ones in the playoffs. I don't know.
You were there.
Kids are really good. Yeah, kids are really good. And what was I saying? Oh yes, physical. So yeah, right now just getting that outlet of like stress and a way to just clear my mind. Because for me, like the gym and stuff isn't really about like how I look necessarily. I actually like enjoy the activity itself.
That's beautiful. That's such a good relationship to have.
Yeah, with that, it allows me to stay consistent with it and not like ever, I have to go to the gym. It's like, yes, I get to go to the gym. I get to go run or whatever.
That's awesome. It's such a great way to practice gratitude too. Such a great mindset to have.
You think so?
I really think so. That's great.
I'm trying to practice gratitude, actually.
You're good at it.
And another thing I'm thinking out loud again, but another thing I'm trying to really prioritize in my life is giving back service. Because I've done like the grand scheme service of like going on a whole trip or Jamaica, South Carolina, whatever it may be. But I want to do like micro services more so with my parents, my friends, my people in close proximity. For me, I like right now my mode is cleaning my room for my roommates.
Oh, that's so
like
sweet.
I make sure to vacuum sometimes and take out the recycling like, as much as possible, or keep the sink clean. That's one way. And then another way, I guess, for my parents, like my uncle. Well, this is parents, this is family. My uncle and I are working on getting all my cousins that live in the States to send like money every month to the Congo. Our cousins in Congo.
That's beautiful.
Because they could, benefit from that. So, just small ways of just like
that's
helping.
That's not even micro though. Like that's
people.
real. That's real.
Yeah.
Just plain old.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's big, but it's more personal, I guess, type of service than like going to someone I don't know. So that's cool that we talked about that. And then now, I guess. Why we're here? I don't know. It's not really why we're here, but you are representing the Women's Center, and I kind of wanted people to kind of gain a sense of what the Women's Center does and what you guys are about and what your role is too. You can talk about that. Yeah.
For sure. So the Women's Center is one of my favorite places on campus. It's basically we're a feminist collaborative that is just kind of like a soft place to land for anyone who struggles with like anything or just wants to hang out. Or I wish I had like a good like mission statement, but it's like just really cultivating growth for women on campus, but then also just like anyone. Like for example, we have a lot of programming, which is like our biggest thing. Let's see if I can remember them all. We have Dish, which is like monthly dinner and conversation. It's like for anyone just to really unpack just like what's going on in your life.
Yeah,
we have themes. Yeah, we have like tacos and transitions. We did like we've had some fun ones. We had one for Care Week, which is like ice cream and intimacy. They're just fun ones.
There you go.
It's just good vibes. They're awesome.
So do you guys have like questions or props to
it's
talk
like,
about?
It's low-key like this, but like just facilitating conversation. We make like slideshow. Me and if you know Marwa Gambo, she's awesome.
Marwa, yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome. We were Dish last year.
Cool.
Dish is awesome. We have Somos, which is for like a group for Latino women. Black Women Matter for Black women. Well, it's called the Essence Project now, but it's like community building for Black women. We have A for You, which I'm helping run now, which is it's a club called Advocacy for You, and it's to promote just like healthy relationships on college campuses. So that can be anything from like intimate relationships, romantic relationships, regular relationships. But they do a lot of really cool programming. Last year they had Ann Burgess, if you know her. She's like a professor, former like FBI, like forensic analyst. Like she's the coolest person ever in the world ever. But like she had to give a book talk. They have like self-defense classes, just like things like that.
That's great.
What else? We have care/Sanet. So it's like all the folks who have survived like instances of sexual violence. They they come through the Women's Center and are able to talk to like trained professionals and also get more like tangible help. Free period. It's free menstrual products around campus. Very awesome. I'm trying to think. There's definitely more. It's terrible that I can't remember. Care Week, which is like a week. It stands for Concern About Rape Education, but it's like a week of uplifting the voices of survivors of sexual violence on college campuses. Yeah, and promoting awareness. There's something. Women's History Month. We do a lot of programming for. Summit. Sorry, there's so much. Summit.
Yeah. It's
a day-long like speaker event. Really cool thing. It takes a lot of planning. Well, like for example, last time there was like this really cool poet who was one of the keynote speakers. I can't remember her name, which is terrible. But there's this one. She's like a top correspondent for CNN. She like is in like rooms with like the president and with like international affairs stuff. Like wicked cool. Wicked cool. Yeah, and like Bill O'Brien did a little lunch talk at Summit. It's just like little things like that. It's just
way, Coach
it's
Bill.
Awesome.
That's cool.
But yeah. There's so much going on.
Women's Center is great.
Featured Feminist podcast / which John is going to be on soon, which I'm excited about.
Stay tuned. Can't wait. No, you guys do great stuff. That's amazing. I mean, like, you said like, there's so much, but like it's so cool that you guys do so much.
Thank you.
Know
We're a
what I
very
mean?
small office, but
it's
a lot of people who work really hard and like love what they're doing. It's like we were saying about your podcast. Like it doesn't feel like work because you love it so much. Like that's like the mindset. I feel like all the staff members there, student and like pro staff, is like it doesn't feel like work because it's what you love.
I can tell the passion in your voice when you talk about it. You love it.
I do love it a lot.
I see it, and that's good. That's why you're here. So I guess for me, I did know the Women's Center existed, and I would pass by it in Maloney hallway all the time. But I guess I have no role. I didn't think of having a role in it just because I think, oh, it's only for women, things like that. You explained to me, we were talking a little bit before how it's not. Can you kind of go further into that and how maybe more people can get involved with the Women's Center and the different resources? Also, talk about your role in the Women's Center as well. Yeah. And then, because, I don't know, my listeners, a lot of both men and women, but I think it'd be good for some men to hear that they can be involved in the Women's Center,
For sure. Wait, let me gather my thoughts. My role at the Women's Center this year, it changes every year, so like what you pick and choose what you're involved in. So like last year I was Dish Care Week and Featured Feminist, so the podcast. And this year I'm Care Week, A for You, and social media. So if you ever see them on Instagram, that's me. Yeah. Not to toot my own horn, but beep beep. So as far as like for like anyone getting involved, I definitely understand why, like, it's called the Women's Center. I can understand why maybe people who don't identify as women could be like uncomfortable coming in. Yeah. But part of like the beauty of the Women's Center is it's just a place to like relax, like build community. One of our big focuses is like radical hospitality. So like in this situation, not in this situation, but like being so welcoming, it's like, wow, why are these people so nice? Like, why are these people so like that's kind of our whole base, is like being a collaborative, so like be on the same level like we were talking about before, but also like being insanely welcoming, so that like is definitely applicable to anyone who comes in our space. We have like couches, coffee, tea, good vibes, always sort of like bumping to music, free cookies on Mondays, but that's not like gender restricted, we have anyone there always. We were talking about this earlier also. One of my Arupe leaders, Brian Casanduca, one of the greatest humans in the world ever. Love him down. But he won an award. We do like Women's Center awards every year. Yeah. He won the award for his like student that's always here, basically. He's a man. But as far as involvement, like he was always in the space, and that was nice because he's like such a light and a gift. And that's definitely an option, just to be there. And just like showing you care. Like it's really easy to not care about things that don't apply to you, just like as a person, right? Just being able to like be a space that's like called the Women's Center and not being afraid to be a man at the Women's Center. But as far as like getting involved, like volunteering or like in a more tangible way, anyone can be on Featured Feminist, y'all. Sign up for our newsletter. There's like nomination forms. That's a good time. John will be our first man on Featured Feminist. Yeah. Very excited for that.
Yes, can't wait.
Like you could, I'm sure a man could be an A for You. Like it's a club. Like everyone should the advocacy for you. So that's like the advocating for healthy relationships. Like relationships are not always one-sided. Like it takes two to tango. Okay. So things like that. It's a great. Or just coming to events and such. Like Dish, we have a lot of like anyone who identifies as anything coming to Dish, which is nice. One of our biggest ones was during Care Week, so it was ice cream and intimacy. And I feel like at BC, like being in Jesuit school, like if you're ever talking about sex ever, everyone like attends, which is kind of funny. But like we had like genuinely there was like a almost 50-50 gender split. And then other ways you can get involved, we have like during Care Week, we actually had a male volunteer, my dear friend Seth Bransig, shout out, love him so much. But because like when it comes to like issues as sensitive as like sexual violence, like you don't want to be like at something and not see anyone that looks like you, right? Because representation matters so much, and definitely male survivors can be neglected, especially having to come through the Women's Center to like receive care. Like that's definitely a barrier that I hope we're able to like address.
Are males not coming to the Women's Center for that, or have you?
I can understand why it'd be uncomfortable. Yeah. We have like folks come by, but
okay.
I can imagine why I'd be uncomfortable. Coming into the Women's Center to talk about something so like personal.
Yeah.
But anyone can volunteer for anything.
See, that's
subscribe
why
we're
spreading the word now. We're spreading the word. Everyone, go visit the Women's Center.
Yes, Maloney 441. It's a beautiful place to be.
That's amazing, though. Yeah, you guys do just good work for sure. And I think.
Thank you.
You guys are. Yeah, you said it's a small kind of team, but you guys do so much. So I'm sure it's just a lot of hard work, a lot of people dedicated to what they're doing and the positive impact you guys are having. So that's amazing.
Thank you.
Going off of that. The theme of this podcast it's called Do More Talk Less, and it's more of a motivational self-help. People going through tough times, trying to spread positivity and a message of, hard work can change your situation, and it's possible to get out of a tough situation, whatever you're going through. Like there's light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully this podcast, people listening can gain something out of it that aids them getting through that tough time, or if they're not even going through a tough time, just benefit in some way. So, how in your, I guess, Yeah, we'll say life. You know, you don't have to go into any story or anything, but what's like one, I guess, lesson or something that someone's told you or what you've seen? What is one thing that you remember that's really stuck with you to this day, that's gotten you through things that come up now, something that's happened in the past, through like, I guess, a low point?
Actually, the first thing that came to mind is what I wrote my application essay to like get into BC for.
Yeah.
So there was this story time. I was at this county fair, and this woman like was just making bracelets, and I was just like walking around with some girlfriends, and I would like walked up and just like looking at the stuff and like making conversation because I like don't do awkward silence at all. And she like I was looking and I was like, oh, like what does this mean? It's this like bracelet and it says Anava, and I thought it said like Havana backwards. I was like confused. It's like the place, but no, it's Anava. And I asked her what it meant, and then she's this like little old woman. She's like still doing things as she's talking to me, but Anava is the Hebrew word for humility. It's biblical, but it's not humility like making yourself small. It's humility, this is how she said it, it's not humility like making yourself small, it's humility like taking up your God-given space in the world. And that was like radical for me.
Yeah.
Right? Like I feel like
I like that.
I'm a person who like at least I've grown out of this, but definitely who try to like make myself small. Like, okay, how can I be like the most accommodating, or how can I, passive, or just like how can I be like less of an inconvenience,
Yeah.
Hearing that in a time where like I wasn't doing like just not great mental health, not great like situations, like taking up your God-given space in the world was just like something that I like really needed to hear, and like it like hit, like something hits you like square in the chest. Like I still like kind of carry it here,
It's within you.
Yes, no, for sure. And I remember I had the bracelet, and she gave it to me for free. Like, she insisted I take it. She, like, I was like,
little sign from God, yeah.
God wink.
Yeah,
That was not a wink. That was, like, a big old blink.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she gave it to me, gave it to me, very nice, very awesome. Had it for a very long time. Then I actually gave it to I used to do, like, this mentoring thing in my high school where you just, like, get paired with the elementary schooler. Mm-hmm. And this elementary schooler, her name was Sadie. She was, like, just like me when I was a kid. Like, it was so weird. It was like looking into a mirror. She's like taller than the rest of, like, I've been tall for my whole life, like taller than all the kids, like a little heavier than all the kids, and like so shy, and like whatever. I'm not shy anymore at all, but like back in the day I was shy. And it was our last day, and I was about to graduate high school, and like understandably, like, I'd been her mentor for 2 years, so it was like sad. I was feeling it, but like I was able to give her that bracelet and like explain it to her. Obviously I didn't try to like over spiritualize it because it's like public school, but I don't know if she still has, I don't know if she remembers me, honestly, because she was like in 3rd grade, but like just that like kind of step of like I really needed this, and I was able to like, and it like obviously didn't fix all my problems, but like it gave me something to kind of cling to, and then being able to sort of pass that on was also just like
there you go. Awesome. That connects, because I feel like you have a purpose in life. You can maybe get into it after, but I think everything that you do aligns with one thing, which is helping other people. I don't know if you see that, or you probably do see that, but
it's beautiful.
Have you ever defined your purpose, like, ever in your life? Like, if you could say, if someone asked you right now, like, what is your purpose, could you answer that question? Yeah, you don't have to at all. I'm just saying, like, I see something in you.
Thank you. I feel flattered.
Yeah.
I think, like, to love other people well.
Well, that's amazing. Because I see you, like, you gain something, you always pass it on, like, give it back, with the service stuff and the women's center and the social work, and I feel like you have this type of take it and pass it on type of mentality. When I was in school, they would always, what would they tell us? Yeah, like, there was like this song we would sing. I think it was a song.
Okay, Catholic school.
Yeah, Catholic, how it is, like, take some, like, someone's giving you, but pass it on. Like, I'm not going to sing it, I don't remember it at all. I was maybe like 10.
Sing for us.
But, yeah, just, we would, like, make motions, like, and we'd, like, take something, put it in our heart, and pass it to the next person.
Beautiful.
Like, I feel like that's you.
Thank you.
That's you're doing good stuff with that, and I hope that the girl that you gave that bracelet to, I hope she always remembers. She probably will always remember, like, what you gave to her, just like you will always remember what that lady did for you, giving you the free bracelet. And someone probably did something for that lady. Isn't that what life is about? You get it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And next thing, I guess, going off of that, how do you think that faith plays into your life in terms of either going through hard things or just like what you want to do, the work that you do here at BC, the work you want to do in the future? Like, how is faith implemented in you and who you are?
I grew up in like a more like fundamentalist, like, sort of Wait, so like the women are quiet and the children are quiet and you wear your skirt and like this, that, and the third. And then I went to a different church with my dad. My dad was baptized, and my mom like started, like, my mom's always been a Christian. But then we went to a different church, and I like really, I feel like, fell in love with like God. That sounds kind of weird, but like I really like felt like the presence of the Holy Spirit, I think, like
yeah, at a young age.
Yeah, at a young age, for sure. Because even like in the really hard like times growing up, like I like still, that was something I was able to cling to. Like this, even though my faith wasn't developed, it was like this idea of a faith, of like this idea of like someone always watching over you, someone always caring for you. Yeah, like I've grown out of a lot of like mindsets of like, at least of being raised like conservative Baptist. My faith is still like core, I guess. Yeah, like even at BC, like I was so nervous coming to a Catholic school. I'm Protestant through and through, but I was like, is the priest gonna teach me? Like, I was not a theology major this whole time. Like whenever I've like even been at a low, like my lowest lows are my highest highs. Like there's God, and even then in that in between, like also He's there that whole time too. You know? Yeah, and then I was but BC Catholic, scared, but. Okay. Ended up also being one of the greatest things ever for my faith ever, because I was able to really make it my own, instead of something that like I felt like I had to uphold to be like perceived as like, okay, there's like Marissa, like good Christian girl, good athlete, good student. Like, I was like, oh, I'm pursuing this because it's like who I am. So like BC, being an Ignatian, spirituality, I rock with it so heavy. A faith that does justice is like being a man and woman for others. Having a faith that seeks justice are like my two big like hard things, because like growing up it's like your faith is like makes you like view people a certain way or like demonize a certain group of people, but coming here realizing like your faith is what makes you radically love people actually, and like makes you want the best for them and like seek justice. Definitely one of my favorite Bible verses, it's Micah 6:8. It's like do justice, love mercy, walk humbly. That's like a bridge. It's amazing. I really think like I don't think you can separate, at least personally, like social work, like advocating, from my faith. And obviously like, you know, it's not just in means of being like inclusive. Like, every single time I am with like let's say like a population that I'm serving for, as far as the social work, it's not like I'm like Jesus, da da da, you know. But like if you're acting in a loving way, like that is God, you know. If you're showing people a little bit of light, like that is God. It's amazing. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, faith is, for me, like the driver of everything I do. At this point, I say that very proudly, just because, my faith in God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, all love me, and have carried me to the person I am today. And you know, I'm very grateful for the faith that I have, and that I was, I guess, introduced to God at a very young age, going to Catholic schools and stuff, and it just keeps getting stronger. It's like a muscle, it just grows every day. So that's why I asked it. This is, I think, my first faith question I've asked on the podcast. So I'm honored. You're also the first female guest. Oh wow! So we're big I'm doing this. This is and so I'm glad that. Thank you for answering that question. Yeah. So we will definitely be back to do another episode, for sure. Marissa. I feel like this was great. I have so many, I guess, more questions that I have to think through and like get on paper. I think that this conversation should definitely continue, and I thank you for being here. Thank you for having me. This was awesome. I guess one thing that we don't do consistently, but I want to do it this time, is sometimes ask the previous guest to ask the next guest, not knowing who it is, because I don't even know yet. Asking them, I guess, any question they want, or you can leave the viewers with, I guess, a quote or a message or Bible verse, where it may be word of inspiration, whichever you choose. You can think about it as well, take time. Yeah, it's up to you. Wait, can I do both? Yes, I would love. Thank you. Okay, for my question for the next person, I want to ask, like, what is your why? Like, why do you do what you do? That's the question. What is your why? And then my quote, I'm gonna give a quote. It's my favorite quote ever. I try to live my life by this. It's people say, I think it's C.S. Lewis. Don't quote me on that, but it's, love is never wasted, for its value does not rest in reciprocity. Great quote. That's a great quote. Right? Can we dive into that real quick? Because I don't know if I understood it fully. We say it again, and then we can. Love is never wasted, for its value doesn't rest on reciprocity. So love is never wasted, because, like, its value is not. Its value doesn't change based on whether it's given back. Right. That's kind of my perspective. The love you put out is like, I think it's like fair for some people to be like, oh, like I'm always giving so much, but like I'm never getting any. Like very fair. Like you shouldn't be in like relationships or friendships that are like one-sided. But also like, not me on the other hand, but like sidebar, like any light that you put out is still light, and any love you put out is still love. These are my takes.
Thank you for that. The viewers don't know, Marissa, I call her Riss.
Yes, my friends call me Riss.
Her friends call her Riss. So yeah, Riss, thank you. Thank you for being here, and as I said, we'll do this again. This has been Do More, Talk Less. 18 now. 18.
Yep.
Yes.
Yay! This was so fun.